speaker today, Whitney. First, I want to just do some housekeeping. If everyone will take out their phone and take a picture with who you're sitting next to and just let everybody know how much fun you're having and that you made the decision to come today and grow your business, because we know you have a million other things you could be doing, but we're really proud that you did make the decision to come here. So go ahead and take a quick picture. Make a new friend. Come on in, guys. Come on up to the front. We've got... Yeah. Hey, go ahead, come on in, have a seat. Okay. Pitch up your pictures, and then what we ask is that you go ahead and put your phones on vibrate and put them away. Hey guys. Everyone with me? Let's see if you can hear me. Good job, Raelyn. Clap if you can hear me. Okay, so now go ahead and put your phones away. We do ask that you do that. Just have it on vibrate and really focus on information that's in days. Have invested your time. You know, make it worth your while. Really pay attention to all of the nuggets that you're going to get today from our amazing speaker. Lean in, take notes. You're definitely in for a treat. And it's my pleasure now to introduce Raelyn Whitney. I love Raelyn. I've known her for about 2.5 years now, and she just has a heart of gold and loves to help people, and she's so much fun. So please put your hands together and help me welcome her.
Am I on?
Yep.
All right. I'm going to forget at some point when I'm talking that I have this outfit on, probably. So, but I'm trying to be serious, and you're like, I can't take you seriously in that. Oh, we were walking in today, and the real serious people downstairs in the black suits were like, what is going on? And I was excited that I wasn't going to their meeting, or I was coming upstairs. Because that looked like a snooze fest down there. Like Amy said, I'm super excited that you guys chose to come here today. I know with the holidays, it's a busy time of the year, but you decided to invest an afternoon into your business, which is amazing. So let's give everybody a round of applause that decided to show up. If at any point you can't hear me, just kind of raise your hand and we'll adjust my speaker here. But my husband and I have been in this business for about 2.5 years now, and every time we have a regional, every time we have a market party, every time we have a chance to get together with our Nerium family, I get so excited. Mike and I barely slept last night. We stayed up late preparing for today, and I just want you to know how much it means to me every time I get to be with you guys. Every time I do a sit down, a one-on-one, anytime I get to talk about this amazing business, it makes my heart happy. So I want you guys to know how I feel about each and every one of you. Your smiling faces, your sparkly sweaters. I see so many lights out there. This is so awesome. And you know, when we're walking around town, people might think that we're crazy, but who cares, right? We are kind of crazy. I like that. So today we're gonna share with you all the nuggets that we've got. I'll tell you that most everything that I'm gonna say is not original. I'll try to throw in a few original things. But most things are just things that I've learned by, going to market parties, going to these events. Mike and I have only missed one regional the whole time that we've been in Nerium, and that was due to our son having Parents Weekend at college. And so there are times when, family things are more important than your business, obviously. But, putting up a Christmas tree or painting your fingernails or, going out shopping with a girlfriend, that's not more important than this. So we decided from the very beginning that we were going to treat our business like a business, and it was going to become a business. Because if you treat it like a hobby, it will become a hobby. So, when I first got in, Mike was not on board selling skincare. That was a girl thing. That was my thing. And I was fine with that because I didn't expect my husband to be excited about selling skincare. I mean, I didn't expect any guy to be excited about selling skincare. And I told him when I first got in, 4 weeks after I signed up, there was the first national conference in San Diego. And I told Mike that I wanted to go. And I really just wanted to go because I just kind of had a little pinky toe in the game at that point. And I wasn't really sure exactly what I even wanted to do with the stuff that came in my box. I wasn't sure if I just wanted to use the product. I wasn't sure if I really wanted to tell anybody about this business yet because I believed what Mindy said, and I got on the phone with Danny Gassamy and with Aaron Whittier, and I believed what they said, but I just wasn't sure myself. And so the reason I wanted to go to the national convention is I wanted to see the culture of the people. Because in my last life, I ran a boutique. And I really loved all the ladies that I worked with. I was in business with my sister-in-law. So I surrounded myself with people that I actually liked to be with. So that was one thing that I wanted to see when I went to conference is what kind of people are being attracted to this company and what is the leadership like and what is just the overall feeling in the room. And I thought, if I go to California and I spend a weekend with my girlfriend Tracy and we go out there and we have a good time and I don't really like what I see, it's okay. I'll come home and I'll use the product that's in my box because I like the product, and I would put the business stuff underneath my bed and call it a day. So that's really initially why I went to California. Well, when I came back from California, you can imagine how excited I was because I knew from that moment on that I had found what I had been waiting for. That I finally figured out what I was going to be when I got big. And Mike gave me a great compliment when I came home. He said, "Babe, I've never seen you this excited before. And I really think that everything that you've done up until this point is for this moment. And I think all the relationships that you've built in your life and all the things, the fun things that you've done has led you to this very moment. And that's exactly how I feel." And so I don't have a problem getting up in the morning. I actually pop up and I'm excited. And I have never lost that. I have never lost that desire and that drive that I have for this business because I have such belief. I have belief in our product. I have belief in our business. I have belief in our before and after pictures. I have belief in all of you. I have belief in my husband and I that this is going to change our life. And so my belief is unwavering. I mean, you can't knock it off of me. You can't say anything to me that's going to change my mind. I get down from time to time. Of course, you get, some people telling you, no, that's no fun. Nobody likes to hear that. But it's okay because I know a lot of people are going to say yes. So I think that when you have that belief and you have that stature about yourself, people want some of that. When you see somebody that is happy and is going somewhere and they have a vision and you can tell that they're not pausing to see what you're doing. They're moving. I want to be around people like that. I want to surround myself with people like that. That's why coming to the events is so important. Because look, you're all day long, you don't have to see any cuckoos. Right? Yeah. But maybe Nerium cuckoos, but you don't have to see the people out there, I got together with some of my high school friends a couple weeks ago. And I love them dearly. We've been friends forever and ever, but it's different. It's just different. They don't have this happiness that we have. They don't have, I think some of them don't live in a world of gratitude, and I don't know, it's just different. And, even when I get together with my family, I'm like, oh wow, is it time to go yet? I need to go. Because we are different as a group. We are different, and different in a good way. So thank you, and I honor each one of you, and thank you for blessing my life. If any of you have ever met me, you know that I'm a crier, so I do have Kleenex stuck in my bra and ready to go. Do I have a clicker? Oh. Yeah, I don't want to screech. Okay, so we're going to get started with the success planner. Everybody got a success planner in their box, right? The cool thing about Nerium is that we all get the same box. And we all have the same website, and we all sell the same product, and we all have the same videos, and we all get the same emails, and we all have the same opportunity. That's what I love about this business. And the only difference is us, right? So when people say, I don't know if this is really working. That's a really hard conversation for me to have with the brand partners, because actually it is working. So you just have to find out what it is about your system, your personal system, that maybe isn't working. So just like a car has 4 wheels, and if you have one flat tire, your car doesn't run right. So you have to find out what exactly what I need to do to get my car rolling again. And we're going to go through all the things that when you take your car into the Lexus dealership, and they do like the 12-point, is it 12-point system? 12-point check? I don't know. What?
That's your story.
Okay, that's my story. I like your glasses then. So anyway, so you take your Lexus in, and they do a maintenance on it. They check different things because they want to make sure that everything's running properly. Well, that's the same way with your business. You need to make sure that everything's running properly. So this is your success planner. They call that the success planner for a reason. If you're new in the business, they put these CDs in here, not just to look shiny when you open it, but it's to actually open them up and put them in a device and listen to them. It takes you through the whole planner. I don't like the new one because it used to be perforated, and you had to actually get in there and open it up. So I could go around to my market parties, and if I saw one of these laying on the desk, I could open it up and see if the brand partner had actually even opened it. So now I can't do that anymore, so I'm not happy about that. But they are easier to get into, so even more reason to do it. But if you are new to the business and you have not taken these CDs out, these are very important, and these will walk you through step by step this whole planner. I call this my Nerium Bible. When I got started, I kept it with me all the time. It's written in all over the place. I have notes in it. I have dates in it. I have my list in it. Don't feel like you can't write in this, because you could buy another one if you really wanted to. But this isn't to put on a shelf and maybe put some glass around it. I mean, this is something that you keep all the time. And Mindy Anderson, yay, Mindy! Woo-hoo! Mindy sponsored us into this business, and whenever I would call her for a question, she would always say, "Well, you can find that on page 8 of your success planner." And I don't know if she even remembers doing that to me, but I'm not gonna lie, I kind of made me mad a couple of times because I'm like, I know you know the answer, girl. Why can't you just tell me what the answer is? But what she was doing was amazing, because she was teaching me that all I really had to do was go look in here. About 95% of the questions that you'll have about your Nerium business is in this little book. So after she did that to me a couple of times, what did I do? I went to my success planner and I looked for the answer first. And then if I couldn't find it, of course I called Mindy and I said, I really can't find it in my success planner. And she would then, tell me where to find it or tell me what the answer was. But in the process of looking for the answer, I found a lot of other answers to questions I didn't really even know that I had. So be one with your success planner. This is, like I said, it's the Nerium Bible. It has everything in it, and it's they send it to you for a reason. So I love it. I don't know, has anyone ever even read the front of their success planner? Not to mention all the other things. Okay, good, good. Well, there's a lot of great quotes on here, and I just want to read a couple of them. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a small step. So good for you guys for taking the step to come today. Yay! The successful warrior is the average man with laser-like focus. So we talked about, focus and having unwavering belief. 80% of success is showing up. Again, yay for you. The difference between a successful person and others is not a lack of strength, not a lack of knowledge, but rather a lack of will. So that's just on the top. So I'll let you guys read the bottom if you want to. But I bet you that, I don't know, I would venture to say that maybe 70% of brand partners have never even read the front of their success planner. That makes me sad. So, okay, so the Nerium's vision is to make people better. And going back to the success planner again, on page 3. So who is Nerium? And we have our Nerium's core values in the very front of our book. And when Talia Lave was here, I loved what he said. Again, I'm going to steal things all throughout this presentation. So T goes through these things, and he asks questions like, is this a mindset or a skill set? So I want you guys to play along with me. So mindset or skill set? Be real. Mindset. Yeah, you can participate. It's good. Pursue constant development of self. Mindset. Encourage an entrepreneurial spirit. Mindset. Create a positive team spirit and a fun family atmosphere. Mindset. Be determined. Practice servant leadership. Yeah, that could be a little bit of both. Slow down to go fast. A little bit of both maybe. Embrace and drive change. Mindset. Come on, guys. Dream big and act on it daily. Mindset. Have fun and help others have fun. Mindset. So their core values, 90% of them depends on this. Not about how much you know, how many facts you can put into your brain and spit out your mouth. It's about your mindset and your will to do something different and do something better. So when people say to me, well, I need to know what I'm talking about. If I'm going to get into this business and I'm going to bring other people into this business, I need to know what I'm talking about. No, you don't. You need to know that you belong to an amazing company, that you have an amazing product. You do not need to know every single detail about how the product works, where it was made, and what Jeff Olson's middle name is, and what size shoes Dennis Windsor wears. You don't need to know all that. You just need to believe in the company that you're representing. Who believes in Nerium? That's all you need to do. You just need to have that belief. You need to come at your friends with passion and conviction, and you need to tell them that you have found something, and you need to sit down with them this week and have a cup of coffee and tell them about it. You need to have urgency in your voice, and you need to have direction with where you want to go and what you want to achieve in this business. That's really all that you need. And along the way, you'll learn the facts. You'll come to regionals, you'll go to market parties, you'll go to convention, and you'll learn the facts. You'll read your success planner. All of that will come. But nobody really wants to know that you can recite this book. They just want to know that you are passionate about what you're doing. If somebody came to you and was really passionate about the bank they worked at, you'd be like, wow, that person must work at a really nice bank. I don't want to work there, but they're passionate about their bank. We have a niece that is, she's one of the youngest vice presidents in her bank, in her company. And she's passionate about that because she's young and she's climbed up the ladder. And I love to hear her talk about her work. I don't want to work there. Please don't make me, but she's passionate about it. So it's easy to listen to her. It really is easy to listen to her. So I really encourage you guys to, not worry about all the facts and everything that you need to know. Just get that mindset. Work on your mindset. So Nerium is based on the word real. We know that. That's one of Jeff Wilson and Dennis Windsor when they first started. And they were in their little boardroom with all their Post-it notes everywhere, that was the one word that they wanted to surround Nerium with. And I don't think they could have done a better job. I think that they have, from the top down, they exude real. When Dennis Windsor comes to town, and Mike and I picked him up from the airport, he couldn't be a nicer man. He couldn't be a nicer man. And he doesn't care about, talking to us about business and about numbers and all that. He wants to know about Mike and I as people. And he's excited that we're picking him up. And he's grateful that we are driving him back to the airport. And he's just a wonderful person. Some of you may have heard this story, but when we were in Cabo, we got to eat breakfast with Jeff. Just Mike and I. And he was sitting at the table, and he was writing in his notebook, and he had his little glasses on. And he looked up and he did this. And I looked behind me, because I didn't want Darren Kidd or Mark Smith to be behind me and make me look stupid. But he's like, yeah, come over. So Mike and I got to sit down and have breakfast with Jeff, and I shared with him that we had a brand partner that lived in a small town, and that she had sent me a text message that she was really struggling financially, and she would love to come to our market parties, but she lived about 40 minutes away, and she just didn't have money for gas. And she had used up all her bottles, and she wanted to get back into business and get plugged back in, but she just, she didn't have the funds. And so, but she said, I see that my Slight Edge book laying around my house in places that I didn't remember leaving it. And I just keep seeing it pop up. And I know that I need to read that book. And she said, and so I'm committing to you, while you're in Cabo, I'm going to read my Slight Edge book. Now, that brand partner isn't here today. She's not extremely, active in her business, but she's having a rough time. Her and her family are having a rough time. But by the time we got home, a few days later, she called me and she was crying, and she said, you're never going to believe what just happened to me. And I said, what? She said, someone knocked on my door, and I went to answer it, and it was the FedEx man. And Jeff Olson had sent me 12 bottles of Nerium. So from Cabo, while he's trying to do a national marketing director event, he calls the home office, he writes down her name in his little book, and he went the extra mile to do something nice for that woman who has not made him a dime. He wrote her a little note and sent it in the mail a few days later and said, I'm sorry I couldn't put this special note in your box, but I wanted you to know that I care about you, and I'm going to love you until you love yourself, and we'll be waiting for you. So, yeah, that is a guy that I want to work for. Let me say that again. That's a guy I want to work with. Because I love that we don't work for him. Essentially we do, but I don't feel that way. I don't feel like, anybody is a boss. I feel like everyone is family. So that kind of that's kind of the core values. That's what our leader does, and that's how we should treat people. We're doing, most of you know about the raffle that we did out front, and we'll be talking about that a little bit more, but it's come across our attention that there's a couple of families in our Nerium family that are struggling. And Christmas is a hard time. It's really hard. And so that's what we're raising money for. So we're going to be blessing that family with whatever we collect today. And we have some awesome prizes to go along with it. So if you put your ticket in and you win, the big basket is worth $500, has $500 worth of goodies in it. $700. It's gone up to $700. We must have got some more donations. So $700 worth of stuff. I know if I win, I'm going to donate it back to the person that needs help. No, I don't. I'm not in it. Just putting that out there. And then the Nerium Ripple. That's kind of what we're all talking about too. Doing something outside of ourselves. I went to Macy's the other day and bought our son a whole stack of clothes. And throughout the holiday season when I get mail, I always take the coupons and I put them in a little envelope. And I take that envelope with me shopping. So I have, us ladies do that, right? So I stuck it in my pocket of my coat and I went to Macy's. And so I got ready to pay and I went to reach into my pocket and my envelope was gone. And it probably had like 50 coupons, awesome coupons in there. So I kind of retraced my steps. I went back downstairs and I saw this young couple looking through my coupons. And they were pretty happy about it. And so I didn't have the heart to take it away from them. So I went back upstairs and I asked the gentleman that I was checking out with, there was a man and a woman, and I told him the story, and I said, so if you have an extra coupon laying around that you wouldn't mind throwing me, that would be great. And so he lifted up this binder that was in his station there, and he took his little gun and he shot it, that thing. And the lady who was working with him turned around and said, "You're not supposed to do that." And he said, well, this woman lost her coupon downstairs, and he told her the story, and she said, "I know, but you're not supposed to do that." And he said, "Well, I know, that's why I was trying to hide it from you." So, of course, I told him about Nerium. And as I was telling him, she said, "What are you talking about?" And of course, I went out to my car and I got him a gift. But I had wrapped up one of our flyers, our DVDs. And of course, I got her one too. And so when I came back in, I said, "I know that you were not happy about giving me a gift, but I would be happy to give you one." And I said, "I'm super happy that someone shared this with me. It's one of the best gifts that I've received in a long time. And so I want to give it to you." And she goes, "Are you serious? Wow." And she goes, "Can I open it?" So she opened it and she was going through it, and it totally changed her attitude. And when I was leaving, she grabbed my arm and she said, "Thank you. Thank you for showing me that I had a bad attitude." and I'm sorry. So you just never know what our happy attitude is going to do. So we need to take this happy attitude and take it out into the world and make the world a better place. So when we got started in Nerium, I had no idea what leveraged income was. I knew what going to work and working hard was. I knew that my husband was loyal to his company and had worked there for 23 years and went there every day and worked hard, but nobody else was working for us. My sister-in-law and I were in business together, but rarely did we ever work apart. We were always together. So it wasn't like she was off doing something while I was making money. We were always together. So leveraged income, residual income, I didn't get it. I also didn't get network marketing. I thought it was weird and creepy, and I thought only weird people did it. I did. I didn't want to have anything to do with it. I didn't want to listen to any speech. I didn't want to listen to a spiel. I didn't want to watch a video. I didn't want to go to someone's website. I didn't want to go to no home party. The only time I went to home parties is when my friends guilted me into going. And I always try to pick out the least expensive thing in the catalog. And then I drank a couple glasses of wine and I left. I never wanted to go. I always, at the last minute, oh, can I get out of it? Can I say I have a flat tire? Can I be sick? You know, you get all those, you know. Oh, I'm sorry, I broke a nail. Sorry, can't come. My kid's sick. Yeah, right. So I never wanted to be in one of those businesses where I had to beg people to come out. That just wasn't something that I wanted to do. But I also, you know, I shared this last time. Mindy asked me, Raelyn, why don't you want to do this? You would be so good at this. And I said, because Mindy, I'm comfortable. I know what I'm doing in my boutique business. I'm good at it. I'm comfortable doing what I'm doing. I'm not interested. And she said, is it comfortable or is it familiar? That was the best question she could have ever asked me. That's what got my wheels turning that night, because it wasn't comfortable. My sister-in-law and I worked really hard for not a lot of money. It was more, our business was more a labor of love. We started it, we branded it, we grew it. That doesn't mean it was, you know, financially awesome or anything. But, you know, it was our baby, and it was hard to think of letting all of that work go. But I knew that I didn't want to franchise the business. I knew I didn't want to open another location because we were already working hard. And, you know, sometimes I would have to be working and, you know, call Mike and ask him what the score of Connor's baseball game was, and it wasn't comfortable. Working all those hours for nothing. We had a trailer. It was an awesome trailer. It had like Go Girly on the side of it with pink and blue. It was an awesome trailer. The best, coolest trailer. We would pull up to like, it was, not even lying. We would pull up to, like we did the Holiday Mart for years. We would pull up to the Holiday Mart and everybody had trailer envy. That trailer was 150 degrees in the summer, and it was minus 50 in the winter. I hated that trailer. I hated that trailer. Mike really hated that trailer because he would always have to help us load and unload the trailer. So, familiar? Yes. Comfortable? No. So, a lot of people are in a familiar job. And they call it comfort zone for, I don't even know why they call it that, because most of the time it's not comfortable at all. They should call it the familiar zone. And that's usually where people stay. So when I got a little glimpse of what residual income looked like, you know, you have one brand partner, you have me that can donate 5 hours a week to my business. That's great. You find 5 people, now you have 25 hours that are donated to your business. 25 people, 125 hours. Combined effort of 155 hours a week. Who in this room can work 155 hours a week? No one. Who wants to? No one. Who's excited when other people in your business are working 155 hours a week? Yes. And as your, you know, that's just 25. So as your business grows, you know, Mike and I have right at 1,000 brand partners in our organization. So think about what that number is. That's awesome. That's awesome. When Mike quit his job, they stopped sending a check. They just did. 23 years of business. They didn't put it in our electronic deposit anymore. You know, when I stopped selling Go Girly, nobody stopped, you know, everybody stopped going to my website. You know, nothing came in. 7 years, I mean, 23 for my husband, but 7 years for me, of blood, sweat, and tears into that business. Nothing. So, you know, we know that we're building a residual income that is going to, you know, last us a lifetime. So that's super, super exciting. And why wouldn't you want to do this? Like, I'm so mad that my dad told me when I was growing up, don't ever get into one of those things. Those things are crazy. Only the first 10 people that sign up ever make any money. No one else makes a dime. It's I believed him. I had no reason not to. So I asked my dad, I said, Dad, why, when Mike and I started making a little money, I said, Dad, why did you tell me that this wasn't a good idea? Because we're pretty good at this. And he goes, I had this guy that I used to work with, and I think he did Amway, and he wasn't successful, and that's kind of where I got my attitude about it. I said, so you think you worked with a guy, and you think he did Amway, and he wasn't successful. So that's where you brought this belief to me? And he goes, yeah? And I go, Dad, that's really not like you. That's kind of shallow thinking. And he goes, yeah, you're right. He goes, I'm really excited that this is working for you guys. My dad still doesn't believe me, probably. He still thinks it's probably weird. Just so you know, Mike's father and stepmother are our customers. The rest of our family never even mentions Nerium. Never mentions it. My mom and my dad congratulated us for our $50,000 bonus. We met with some other family right after that. They're all on our Facebook page. They all saw it. Not one of them mentioned it. If one of my cousins or my sister, my brother got a $50,000 bonus, I would be high-fiving them. So if you don't have family support, you're not alone. But that's okay. That's okay, because we can't let their attitude be stronger than our will to do something different. And when they need a loan, our bank is closed. No, that's not true. Well, maybe it is a little bit. So this is exact opposite of what we've been taught. This is exact opposite of how we believe, and it's exact opposite of what our life has been. Most people's life has been up until they join a direct sales company. So most people, we go to work for 8 hours, we get paid for 8 hours. We know that we work 40 hours in a week, and we know what our paycheck's going to be. We know if we don't show up, we don't get paid. But in this business, Mindy told me that you're going to have to work really hard in the beginning, and you might not get a lot of return. And most people don't like that. They don't like to hear that, because they're like, gosh, I spent a lot of time. I sent Facebook messages, I called people, I tried to get people to the market party. I worked really hard this week. But, and so you see that in the first, and I wouldn't even say that this is really accurate in Nerium, but we'll just go with it for now. So year one, you spend 90% of your time and you get 10% money. That doesn't sound like a good deal to anyone. That doesn't sound like a good deal to me. I'm working 90% of the time and getting 10% of the money. I'm quitting. I'm out. If we would have quit there, we wouldn't be where we are right now. You have to let your business grow. You have to plant seeds. You have to let it harvest. So second year, 75% of your time, 25% of your money. That still stinks. That's not good. That's a lot of work for not a lot of money, right? A lot of people will quit. Some people are like looking at that and go, yeah, I know, a lot of people will quit in year one. A lot of people will quit in the first month. Month one. This isn't working. What? What are you talking about? It's not working. If you think about what you did before Nerium or what you currently do, were you good at it in the first month? No. Did your hairstylist become a hairstylist in the first month? I hope not. Unless you're letting your mom shave your head. We go to college for 4 years to get a degree. You have to stick with it. Jeff Olson says, be here a year from now. Every year, I make that commitment. I'm going to be here next year. I'm going to be here next month. Mike's going to be here next month. Unless our son gets married, we're going to be here. You can count on it. Because we are excited about the year 5. We're actually excited about year 3. Really excited about year 3. So you guys, looking at this, just forget everything you used to know before today, and know that it's going to take some time. And some people might take more time, some people might take less time. Everybody has their own journey, but it's okay. You just can't quit. I can't remember who said this, but I'm stealing it. Whoever said it. How are you going to feel if there are some people that were here last month in this room or downstairs to see Dennis Windsor. Pretty awesome guy. Tell some pretty awesome things that are coming, and they're not here this month. They quit already. It makes me so sad. Because do you want to be that person in 10 years from now, and one of your kids or your grandkids comes up to you and says, "Weren't you in that company? Didn't you do that once?" And you're like, "Yeah, I did that once." And now it's like a multi-billion-dollar company. Aren't you going to feel bad? Ugh. Yeah, I could have bought you lots of things at this point, but I'm still working at the bank. Not that there's anything working at the bank. I just had that in my head. So anyway, this is just a little visual to show you that you gotta stick and stay. You gotta keep coming. You gotta keep getting better. You gotta keep filling yourself with good information. You gotta keep surrounding yourself with good people, because it's gonna happen, with or without us. It's happening. So let's all do it together. Do I have your commitment to be here next year? Hopefully, this room will be, I don't know, gigantic next Christmas. And like Amy said, I want you guys to post on Facebook and let everybody know that who wasn't here what they missed today, because we're going to have some fun. Okay, this again shows exactly what I was talking about. I don't need to spend a lot more time on it. It just shows that, if you just keep going, it seems like it's going like this, and then all of a sudden it starts going up, and then whew, boom. Do you think Mike and I know half of a quarter, a third, whatever, of the 1,000 people that are in our organization? Nope. We don't. We do now, but we didn't. And so it's not about you, it's about not about who you know, it's about who they know and who they know and who they know. We have 18 different states represented in our back office. That's awesome. We haven't traveled to 18 different states. It's amazing how it just takes off if you just keep doing the little things every day and helping other people do the same. So we're talking about building your Nerium business. The first thing that we ask a lot of people is, what is your why? Why are you doing this business? That's what keeps you going. But for me, that word, I don't know, it just didn't do it for me, personally. My why. I knew why I was doing it. And my why was, in the beginning, was to help our son go to college and help us send our son to college. But one of the very few times I saw my father cry was when he had to sit me down at the kitchen table and tell me that he couldn't send me to college. I was ready to go. I knew who my roommate was going to be. I had stuff stacked in the corner of my room, ready to go. And he said, "I'm sorry, Mom and I haven't prepared, and I don't have the money to send you." And my dad was crying, and I was pissed. I was 17, 18, and I didn't get it. I was just mad. I was like, "Are you serious? All my friends are going. All my friends are leaving, and I can't go because you didn't prepare? You and Mom didn't think enough of me? I'm smart. I need to go to school." My dad didn't share with me that, I could go out and get a loan. I think he was just so, he was so distraught by his lack of preparedness that he just didn't, so I didn't even know. I didn't even know when I was young that I could go out myself and get a loan and just do it. So I stayed home. I went to UMKC for a little while. I hated it because all my friends were gone, and I dropped out. I never wanted Connor to feel that way. I never wanted, he's smart, he's very smart, our son is awesome. And I never wanted him to feel like we didn't care enough about him to prepare. And I never wanted him to, I never wanted him to, I got some in the bra. I have lip gloss on that side, so I'm well prepared. I don't know why I just said that. But, you know, we want Connor to go on and do good things with his life. And we didn't want him to feel like that he was putting us in a financial burden to do that. So I changed my why to what is my yes? And whatever works for you, use it. But mine was, what is my yes? When people tell me no, my yes has to be stronger than that. Because people are going to tell you no. It's not for everybody. They have a new Lexus at the Hendrick Lexus by us. It's called an RC, and I really want it. But I went up there and I looked at it and I test drove it, and Lance was trying to get me to, oh, just get this one, and it was gray. And I don't like gray cars. I like white cars. And I told him I won't get a gray one, I want a white one. And he said, but you could take this gray one today. I said, I don't want a gray one. And he could have done a little Lexus dance, and he could have like put a big red bow on it, and he could sprinkle glitter inside of it. I'm not taking it. I don't like gray cars. And the point of my story, the point of my story is that some people aren't going to like Nerium. Some people aren't going to want to try it. Some people aren't going to want to switch. It doesn't matter. My yes is stronger than their no. Always. So if it's why, your yes, whatever works for you. But figure out what that is, what that burning desire in you is to change your life. Or to maybe to fund mission trips, or maybe to start a foundation, or to give to your church, or just to, to put a little extra money in your household. Whatever when you got online and you signed up for Nerium, you did it for a reason. You did it, you had something in you that wanted your life to be different. You wanted to surround yourself with great people. You wanted to personally develop yourself. Whatever you saw in the information about Nerium, that's what made you pull out your credit card and sign up in this business. That's what you need to keep in front of you. And Danny told me, you need to put a picture. He put a picture of his mom and dad in his planner. And so I figured if he's making $20,000 a month, I'm going to put a picture of Connor in my planner. And I'm going to put a picture of Connor in my car. And on our front door, we have a Post-it note that says, our why, Connor. So every time I leave my house, I see that. A lot of people that come over to our house probably think that we're crazy. I Post-it notes everywhere. Everywhere. The other day, Mike was getting ready in the bathroom, and we have a tiny little bathroom, and I was in there, and he was in there, and he was moving my Post-it notes on the mirror because he couldn't see. But it's okay. He didn't take them. He just moved them. But, they're all over the house. Things that inspire me every day. And I read them. I don't just, when I'm getting ready in the morning, I take time to read those 20-some Post-it notes on the mirror. Because it reminds me of why I'm doing this. And it reminds me of our goals and what we're trying to accomplish. Because if you keep what you want in front of you, your body will naturally do it. Mark Smith talks about visualization all the time. How many of you guys visualize your dreams? How many of you are living your dreams? Not that many. There's a strong correlation between knowing what you want and doing it. And we have a little group on Friday mornings. We meet. If anybody wants to know more about it, come see me afterwards. But we just get together on Friday mornings, the brand partners. We sit at a little coffee shop, and we just share things. We don't have an agenda. It just usually, the conversation transforms into something amazing every week. And I look forward to Fridays. And we were talking yesterday about, sometimes you think about doing things, but you don't have the action behind them. So maybe, you'd like to lose 15 pounds, and every day you think about it, like 20 times a day, 50 times a day, I need to lose weight. I need to start eating healthy. I need to go to the gym. And you think about that, and just think all that energy that and I know I'm talking to myself right here. These are the things I say to myself. But if I spent that much energy actually lacing up my shoes and getting in the car and going to the gym, I wouldn't have to think about all that. I could spend that energy doing positive things. Because it's something I really want. In my mind, I want it. And I know that in your mind, all of you want to be national marketing directors. All of you want to walk the stage. All of you want to get a $50,000 check. But are you really doing the things that you need to do to get there? Because it does take work. It takes commitment. It takes belief, desire, all of those things every single day. And I don't have it every day. But if I don't have it one day, I make sure that I get in my personal development, I go back to my guests, and I find a way to get back up. Because I don't want the train to be leaving without me. I want to be on the train. And he goes, we're in the front of the train. You realize how lucky we are right now? I don't realize how lucky we are. I have no way to wrap my brain around how big this is really going to be. And I kind of like that. I'm going to kind of keep it that way. Because I think if you get too comfortable and you're like, I got this. Even Mike and I, national marketing directors, we can't sit on the couch every day and eat bonbons and, we still have to work our business. It's maybe a little bit different kind of work than we did in the very beginning, but still the same principles, still the same slight edge principles that we used when we got started. Mastering the mundane, doing the little things every single day, they do matter. And all your struggles and all the things that you go through, they're all worth it. All the no's you get, who cares? You think I even remember the people that said no to me right now? I don't even care. Bye, Felicia.
I did.
No, but like 2 people got that. I don't even know where that came from. But when you see somebody and they're like saying something stupid, you're just like, bye, Felicia. Look it up on the internet. It's out there. So did you guys understand that a little bit? And whatever your word needs to be. If it's why, if it's yes, if it's whatever. It's Cheerios. Pick your word and stick by it. Make that word mean something to you. Okay, so new brand partner. Your objective. First one is to fast start qualify. I think Mike and Lance are going to talk more about this later, but in December, all you have to do to fast start qualify is sponsor 2 people instead of 3. Yeah. So that's amazing. So Jeff Olson, this promotion is costing the company a lot of money. He has a lot of money, so he doesn't care. I think that since we've been in the business, we've got 4 or 5 enhancements to our compensation plan without us doing anything. So we basically got a raise 4 or 5 times for doing exactly what we were doing anyway. So I don't know about you guys, but I know that when we were in the corporate world, we weren't getting 4 or 5 raises a year, every 2 years. That wasn't happening. Most people have to beg for a raise. I worked for a dentist a long time ago, and I went into his office one day and I said, it's been about a year since I've got a raise. And he said, really? I said, yeah. And he goes, you've been counting? I said, yeah, I actually thought I was going to get one like 90 days in. And then I thought, well, he's busy, his daughter's getting married, I won't ask him. And then I thought, well, it's summer, it's busy, the kids are out of school, practice is busy, maybe he forgot. Maybe he'll give me one my 6th month. He didn't. So you know how sad it is and how low you feel when you have to go into your boss's office and ask for a raise? And he told me, the only people that ever get a raise around here are the people that ask for it. Really? That's terrible. And I worked there for 6 years. You would have think I would be sprinting out the door after he said that. Because now I know for the next 6 years I'm going to have to ask for a raise. He was a wonderful man, but he was tight. And he was all about him. And he was all about his fishing trips and his, new lake house and all of this stuff. And I never got a raise from him without asking for it. And so to have Jeff Wilson give us a raise for no reason, just because he can, that's another reason that I want to work with this company. So Fast Start Qualify, the second thing that you want to do is get your product for free. So get your 3 customers. So we have a system, everybody knows that, hopefully. We have a system in Nerium, and if you work the system works. If you don't work the system, it doesn't work. Weird how that plays out. So when you get a job in corporate America, let's say you got a job at this hotel, and you start Monday. You're going to show up in the clothes that they ask you to show up in. You're going to wear black. They say you have to wear black pants and a white shirt and have shiny black shoes. You're going to show up in that outfit, right? You're not going to show up in a hot pink shirt. You're not going to show up in brown slacks. You're going to be a yes man, yes woman, and you're going to show up in your black pants and your white shirt, and you're going to clock in back there where the clock is, and you're going to take a lunch when they ask you to take a lunch, and you're going to follow your mentor around here in the hotel, and you're going to do what they ask you to do, right? You're going to plug in to the system here at Sheraton. We've all done it. We all do it. It's what we do. But for some reason we get into Nerium and we have our own business, and we decide that we're going to just show up however we want to show up. Whenever we want to show up. Even though somebody told us we need to go watch new brand partner training, I don't need to do that. I don't need to get on corporate calls. I don't need to read my emails. I got this. I'm a salesperson. I know a lot of people. I know how to talk to people. I don't need to do it their way. Why is that? You wouldn't come here and do that. You wouldn't go to your current job and do that. So why are you doing it with your business? So if Mark Smith, Jeff Wilson, Dennis Windsor, Danny Gassman, Talia Lave, those guys are working the system. So for me, I figured out really quick that if somebody in front of me is making $20,000 a month, Mindy, my sponsor, is telling me that she has 13 years experience and she's very successful. Why am I not going to do what she says? Why am I not going to do what she does? I actually told Danny, I said, I want to be you with lip gloss. I said, if you told me that you put on a fuzzy bunny suit and you did jumping jacks out by the street to make $20,000 a month, I will go rent me a bunny suit tomorrow. And I wasn't kidding. If you call Danny Gassamy right now and you say, who is the most coachable person you know? He will say Raelyn Whitney. I don't question him when he asks me to do something. I don't ask him why. I do it. When Mark Smith gets up and he, presents something, I'm like, that's probably something that I want to do. It's probably something I need to do. I don't need to do it my own way. So this is our 8-point system. It gauges your activity. There's an app on your phone. If you don't have it, ask your sponsor how to get it. You can actually just click on your phone as you're out and about doing things. So we're going to talk about the 8-point system and what makes up your points. It's the power of part-time. It allows you to duplicate yourself, and it allows you to find your key players. Who are those people in your organization that are plugging into the system, working the 8 points, doing the little things? And it's not 28 points a day, it's just 8. 8 points a day. It's easy to do. Easy not to do, right? So your high payoff activities. As you notice, some activities are worth 1 point, some worth 2, 3, and 4. If they're worth 4 points, they're probably pretty important. So let's start there. Host or attend a training party. So when you have a market party in your area, or you have a regional, or you have a conference coming up, don't you think that's pretty important to show up to? Market party, if you have one in your area, in my opinion, just my opinion, you should go every week. It's not an opinion, it's a fact. It's a fact, you should go every week. You should support your market party every week. If you don't have a guest, you need to go anyway. If you don't need the meeting needs you. So if you do have a guest that you bring to the market party, do you want 5 people in the room, or do you want 50 people in the room? You want 50 people in the room. So that 1 week that you decide to go, not to go, maybe everybody else decides not to go. And there's 4 guests in the room. That's not very cool. And like Amy said, every time you go, every time you have the chance to be around positive people, you need to take it. Because you never know what a person sitting next to you is going to tell you. You never know, somebody might bring a really cool flyer in that they had made, or maybe someone has an idea that you never heard of. Maybe somebody has a story that's going to inspire your why again. You need to go. I told Mike when I first got started, I said, every Tuesday night, I'm going to be busy. I'm going to the market party for a couple of hours. It's like a part-time job. I treated it like a business from the very beginning. And every Tuesday, I drove 45 minutes out south to come to the market party. And when I got Jen in the business, I would make her come with me. And we would drive out here, didn't we, Jen? And she would work all day at the dentist office, and I would pick her up straight from work, and we would drive out here. Because our husbands they didn't get it yet.